see, I might as well do it this way. Need to rotate the device so I can see it correctly. See if I can rotate it correctly. Cancel. I guess I'd do it this way to see what's going on. Let me see if can y'all hear me right now? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Check. Can y'all hear me? Just let me know in the chat room. Chat room dogs. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Cause I'm on my car thing. Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Just say yes or no if y'all can hear me, and we're gonna chop it up. Make sure I don't fuck that up. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Anybody? Y'all can hear me? Yes. All right, loud and clear. Good. All right, let's chop it up. Guys, if you have a question, go ahead and put a Q in there. But we're gonna just talk real quick. We're gonna be taking this one down, so we're gonna just chop it up with y'all real quick. Everyone that's listening. Today we're gonna be talking about. The chessboard of the game. I want y'all to write this out because all this is going to be very important to how you live your life as a man and how the game works for a lot of you guys. Okay, if you got a question, just put a Q there and I'll answer your question. We always assume that the game, as far as what we think the game is a series of approaches or a series of tactics or a series of things that we have to try to memorize or put a lot of pressure on ourselves to know when it comes to women. And one thing that I was lucky enough to learn in Jesus Christ, one thing I was lucky enough to learn in all of this was, as long as I create and build my universe the way I want to build it, I'm never going to have an issue or a problem, because that is the only control that you young men will have in the game. You see, we always think the control is out of our hands when we see a beautiful woman. Or we think the control is out of our hands when we approach her, or when we text her, or when we set things up. But as a man, I have to make sure that every move that I make is not for the moves that I make when I see her. It's not the moves that I make before I approach her. It's the moves to make to push her towards what I call let's say the third level of the game. Basically, if we look at the game as 3 levels, level one is the approach, or excuse me, level 1 is seeing what you want to see. Level 2 is going after what you want to go after. And level 3 is the aftermath. You always should set up for the aftermath and not set up for the present, because it is in the aftermath of what is going to make you or break you as a man. And sometimes we fail to realize that we are in control of our lives. So many of you guys don't understand the control that you have, and it's the control that people don't want you to know about. It's like a secret that the world doesn't want you to know about, because if the world knew that you had control over your life and you had control of how you move, then you would be an outcast as far as them selling products to you, them forcing medicine on you. See, most of you guys out there, I'm not trying to get like scientific or futuristic on you guys, but what you young men fail to see is the world that goes beyond what you see right now. The world needs you to fail. The world needs you to be scared, and the world needs you to have fear in order for you to operate in the whatever it is we're in. I don't know what we're in, and I don't even want to name what the fuck we're in, because I'm a part of it, but I don't abide by the rules of it, if that makes any sense. And that's what I'm saying to all you guys out there that are listening to me right now. You don't have to play by the rules, but the problem is is that there are rules that you're playing by before you even play by the rules of the world outside of your life. You are, right now, for a lot of you guys, you have strings on your mind, and no one actually talks to you about this stuff because no one knows how deep the game is. You see, the strings that you have come in certain levels as well. It's the strings that you have on yourself that tell you that you're not good enough, that tell you that you can't get the woman, that tell you that, you know what, you got to kiss her ass. And then there are the strings that you are when you see the woman. Those are those strings. And then you have the strings that are attached to you of the interactions that you have with the women. And what I'm saying to you is, what if you had the power to cut off those strings and begin to create what you wanted to create? That's what's going to make you an original in this game, by creating a world in which you operate in. But the only way you're going to be able to create this world is by creating the board. Always remember, in the game, gentlemen, the pieces do not control the board. The board controls everything. And if you create your board on how you move, a woman is going to have a choice: either move by the standard that you move your life in, or leave. And women are really drawn into the hook, line, and sinker that most men don't realize, and most men get attached to in this game, is that you guys get attached to her board, meaning you get attached to her rules. You get attached to how she dictates a man should be, and how you should approach, and what you should say, and what you should do. I've always told all you guys, even with profiles, even if you're creating a dating profile for yourself, you should never create a profile to try to please or impress women. Please understand this. Let me tell you why impressing a woman is bad, especially if you don't know what you're doing. See, a person can put a photo up, and a person can tell a woman everything she wants to hear. But here's the problem: if you hype yourself up, and then she goes on your ride and sees that you're full of shit, she's not gonna fuck with you anymore. But what I would rather do is I'd rather come in lukewarm to give her an idea or a thought process that I am average. I want to be seen as average. I want to be seen as, oh, I'm just like the regular guy out there that doesn't know what he wants. But what she begins to realize and begins to notice in me, hold on. What she begins to realize and begins to notice in me, motherfucker, what she begins to realize and begins to notice in me, gentlemen, is when you're dealing with a man, you're dealing with a rule set that she's never had. And this is the power that you guys can have, and I want you guys to have this. And what is going to make you an original is not only the rules that you set for yourself, but it is the rules that you set for the relationship that you have. And so many of you guys have always felt like you can't set the rule. So many of you guys felt like you can't set the lie that the world wants to feed you. They want you to have control, because having control means that they can't control you. And that's why, gentlemen, they love to push on you guys. That's why, okay, you got to look at your opponent to understand the board, okay? All right? And what you have to understand is this: the makeup, the eyeliner, the tight clothes, and everything she has on is for one thing, and that is to throw you off and make you feel less of a man. It doesn't make you less of a man to go after what you want. It doesn't make you less of a man if you get knocked down, beat up, or what you humans call rejected. It doesn't make you less of a man. You don't lose, man, when you create your board. But how are you going to create your board when you don't believe in yourself? Your board is your lifeline. It's your bloodline. It is a thing that I have learned to operate on all my life. I don't operate on the terminology of what a woman wants me to be. Women will always want you to be all these things, but when you operate on how you are and you believe in yourself and you begin to start to process that, you know what, as a man, as a king, as a warrior, and as a god, that I don't have to play by the rules that are set upon me by those that are weaker than me. I don't have to live by the rules that women say I have to live by. And see, we always go wrong as guys. For you guys out here, is you guys, again, I will never shame you for wanting to have sex. I commend you for wanting to have sex. I'm glad you want to have sex with women. I'm glad that you want to have interaction with women. But the interaction that you want to have is it's what's stifling you and what's holding you back. Excuse me. The interaction. Not the fact that you want to have sex, gentlemen. It's the interaction that goes with how you want to have sex with these women. See, most of you guys don't think that these women should have to prove themselves to you men out there. And a lot of you guys give these women a hall pass, so to speak, giving them this worthiness that they don't have to do anything. You give these women this thought process that all they have to do is show up, and based off of how they look, they get all your benefits as a man, and it doesn't work that way. She cannot get your benefits when you're a fucking god, when you are a king. You just do not allow anybody in your life, and I promise you, the more of an asshole you are, the more of a jerk that you are. And let me show you, because I don't want you going around acting like an asshole and acting like a jerk. I want you to be a jerk by your standards that you hold for yourself to make that woman be more than ass and titties. Your opponent is not ready for that. That's what makes you an original, when you force a woman to be more than ass and titties, because then it shines a light that these women don't want you to see. Every day they do this goddamn, what is it? Not Cinderella, it's Snow White. Every goddamn day they Snow White themselves on that damn mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest bitch of them all? And they like, oh, it sure ain't you because you're ugly. You're not perfect. All these women are so goddamn insecure. And they know every day they're getting older. And they know every day their metabolisms is slowing down. They know every day that there are brand new chicks right biting them on their asses. They know this. But the drug that they smoke is the thirst of the human male that makes them special. They're not special. And if you ladies listen to me right now, I'm sorry, you're not. You're not special. You want to know why I'm special? Because as a man, I create universes, galaxies, and worlds in my mind. I evolve every day. I never look at the man in the mirror and say you're ugly, or you're too short, or you're too old, or you're too fat, or you're too broke, or you're not good enough. I don't do that, and you do. You do. And what I'm saying for you guys out there, the only way you are going to grow as a man that I know you can be is to understand that every woman that you run into looks in the mirror every day and hates what she sees in that damn mirror. She hates that person. because she knows that person isn't good enough. She knows it, but she wants to do everything she can to hide the fact so you don't see that. But when you look at the board, you see things that are going to be scary. You see things that are going to be scary. You see things that people are not going to understand. And when you see those things, let me pop this open. Sorry, guys. Damn, I had to hit the chat. Okay. And when you see those things, gentlemen, and you don't want to grow, and you don't want to be about this game, what happens to all you guys out here is that they have the advantage over you. Don't allow the woman to have the advantage over you just because she looks good. But how do you win, Steve? For a lot of you guys, you want to know, how do I win? How do I grow? And how do I become the man that I need to be to get the woman? See, the woman is not going to favor somebody who loves the woman in the mirror when she doesn't love herself. Oh man, listen, let me say it again. Let me say that again. Listen to what I'm saying. The woman is not going to love and respect the individual that loves her when she knows she doesn't even love herself. You see, when you love somebody that doesn't love herself, how can she love you when she knows that you're loving the lie? You're in love with the lie and not in love with the person. And when she realizes that you're in love with the lie versus being in love with the person, she's not going to respect you at all, because she knows that that's what the thirsty and the weak do. See, gentlemen, I never want any of you guys out there to ever feel, I never want you guys out there to feel like you see a woman and then all of a sudden you have to be somebody else to talk to her. So many of you guys run into women, and some of you guys, you already killed the king, the god, the warrior inside of you by kissing the woman's ass who you don't even know. You kill the king, the warrior, and man inside of you when you don't lead the woman that needs to be led. She doesn't know or love herself. She knows the person in the mirror isn't good enough. She needs validation by somebody else other than herself because she knows she's not good enough. But why does she go for the man that knows the chessboard? Because the man that knows the chessboard is more demanding of the woman than the average guy. Being with a beautiful woman, gentlemen, is something that you should do every day of your life. You should talk to beautiful women no matter what happens. No matter if you get turned down, no matter if she says no to you, no matter what she says or what she does. What is very important that you young men need to do is start to cultivate and process that you talk to beautiful women. 1 second. For a lot of you guys, I know you don't see it, and I know sometimes it's hard to see the game when you're not looking at what you need to look at. You've got to start looking at you. You're too busy looking at somebody that's insecure in her beauty to a point where you become insecure in who you are based off of her drug. Whenever you make it about the woman, you start to take on her mannerisms. You start to take on her behaviors. You start to take on her emotions, and she is very insecure. And when you worship a woman who is very insecure, you gentlemen become just as insecure as the woman. And you don't even see it. For a lot of you, you don't see it happening because you don't understand the power that you possess as men. Nobody's going to tell you about this power that you have, but it's a power that not only do you have, but it's a power that you have to create as a man. You must create the power. And the power is based off of how you build your chessboard. How do you build your world for yourself? Because if you don't build it for yourself, then you'll never have what you should have to get the woman to want you. You guys, you don't see it because no one ever tells you how special and unique you are. And I'm not saying this shit to make you motherfuckers feel good. This ain't the feel good show. I don't want you guys to technically feel good. I want you to be good. You can't be an original by playing by the rules of an insecure woman. The insecure woman does not believe in herself. She doesn't think she's good enough. She thinks she's ugly. She thinks she's unattractive, and yet, when you feed into her lie, and that's what they live lies. Listen, and I'm not knocking women. This is not a show to knock women, because I don't want you, this is not to bash women. This is to get you to understand that just because she looks good doesn't mean she is good. And the thing that these women don't want you to realize, they don't want you to know your worth, man. They don't want you. See, when you, for a lot of you guys, you get around beautiful women, right? You see a beautiful woman, and the first thing that crosses your mind is that you say to yourself, you know what? She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. But you got to ask yourself, what makes her beautiful and what makes her gorgeous? See, beautiful and gorgeous, gentlemen, beautiful, sexy, and gorgeous to a man is not how she looks. Because I tell you guys, you know, I brought it up earlier today. We're in the last phase. We're 5 months away from the new year, and we are going to get a year older. And just because we're a year older, what have we done with our lives? Beauty is not what you see. Beauty is what you train and what gives you the respect that you need. We're too busy not demanding respect from women. See, gentlemen, women are going to get old. We're all going to get old. That's the truth. That's the honest truth. We're all going to get old. But the question that you've got to ask yourself is, what do you want from a woman that is outside of sex? What do you need to grow as a man? See, as a man, talking to a beautiful woman should be the standard. And all of us should live a standard of, you know, we talk to beautiful women all the time. It's not something new, or, you know, we don't make it new. We don't make it like it has to be, you know, she's the end all be all. But you can never go into this game thinking that a woman is better than you. And I don't mean better as in can play better video games or you can play basketball better than her. No, what I'm saying is this. If you can't, when you walk out your door every day and you see a woman, you should never, ever feel that that woman is better than you, okay? You should never feel like you're not good enough. She's insecure. She hates how she looks. She's got to put on makeup, eyeliner, fingernails. She has to put on a fucking wig just to feel sexy. But as men, we've got to learn how to strip her down. And we strip her down by taking away her power. And how we take our power is by focusing on what the fuck we need to do versus begging her and kissing her ass. We're kings. We don't kiss her ass. We let her know. Sorry, the phone was ringing. We let her know what we're about. We know what... Damn it, I just made that up. I'm sorry. We know how to approach him. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me switch this back. We know how to approach him. We know what to say. See, to win in this game, gentlemen, let me show you how to win. Because I need you to be solution-based. We're not bitching. I'm the only one on YouTube that tells you to sound check and rehearse. And the only way you're going to win is to begin to sound check everything you do. You have got to sound check your approach. And once you sound check it, you've got to begin to rehearse the sound check. If I see a woman, this is what I'm going to say. But it's not what I'm going to say. I know why I'm going to say. See, the trust in the why is going to have you sound like you know what you're talking about versus throwing shit up on the wall. Every woman you see, you've got to approach the same way. But you've got to rehearse your approach. And this is what the board is about. The board is just a compass to guide you on how to talk to women. And I don't care if it's 5 women, 15 women. Man, I can't wait to talk on Wednesday shows. I'm so proud of my boys that listen to me on the 4th of July and are fucking. But for you guys out here, when are you going to create your board that you operate on? See, we don't even operate on who we are. We always operate on the beauty of the woman, and you lose. Because you're operating on a foundation of somebody that is insecure. Somebody who feels that she's not good enough. Somebody that knows that every day she looks in that mirror, she's going to find something wrong with herself. And every day she's going to cover that shit up with makeup. And every day she's going to cover that shit up with a weave. And every day she'll cover that shit up with eyeliner and lipstick and tight clothes and spandex and push-up bras. You name it. She's going to cover that shit up. But she knows that we're dangerous because she knows that we're going to see her for what she is versus who we know what we want her to be. I know what I'm looking for, but do you? But what is sexy to you? Sexy is not caked on makeup. Sexy is not wearing a wig. Sexy is not with having a fucking attitude. That's not sexy. Sexy should be is how does she cooperate in my universe? Is she going to follow my playbook and my demands and my expectations? Is she going to be what I want her to be to me? And here's the thing, gentlemen, that they don't tell you. The only way you'll get a woman to follow you is when she knows she can't move you. Women can move individuals that fall into the insecurities of a woman. She is a walking lie. This is not a knock on her. They're walking lies. And they're very insecure. And if you don't believe me, turn your TV on right now. Look at all the commercials. Every commercial damn near out there around this time right now is to hide the insecurities of a woman, to look younger, to cover up the wrinkles and lines and all this other shit, to dye her hair so she doesn't. These women are very insecure. But to get a woman trained is when a woman realizes when she runs into a man. And this is what a lot of guys miss on this. Is a lot of guys are like, well, Steve, what I don't understand is, I try to do everything right, but yet I still can't get the woman. What am I doing wrong? What you're doing wrong is thinking you're doing wrong because she's not following your direction. Gentlemen, listen, man. You're going to lose so many women, and that's just how the game is. You're going to lose them, man. There are going to be women out there that's not going to follow your lead. There are going to be women out there that's going to say, fuck you, I don't want to follow your lead. And they're going to go on, and some will come back, and some won't. But we are in a time where there's too many women out there, too much ass out there, for you to worry about a woman trying to please her and follow her. Oh, I want a relationship. I want a guy to do this, and I want this, and I want that. But what do you want, guys, outside of sex? You see, gentlemen, your thirst for sex and her thirst for makeup are the two weakest points that women take advantage of you, and we train women. But let me ask y'all a question. What if you could be the makeup? What if you could be the eyeliner? And I'm not saying in a little figurative sense where you are the line, and follow what I'm saying. What if talking to you, texting you, and being around you takes away the insecurity? What if you were the drug? What if you were the one that makes her feel like she's on top of the world? What if you can be the one thing? Because like I've always said, the makeup, the eyeliner, the push-up bra, the dress, the purse, the shoes, the Botox, the weave, the wigs. They never have to take him out to dinner, do they? Do they ever have to beg a woman to buy into those things? Do they ever kiss a woman's ass? Do they ever bend over backwards and say, please get me? Or do they say, if you follow me or put me on, that I can take away your insecurities and make you feel something that you don't feel? So here's the question I ask you guys. How do I become that though? Because so many guys don't think you can become that, and you've got everything if you just look at the board. Everybody wants you to look at all these pills and everything outside of yourself. But what happens? See, what happens when you begin to look at yourself? What happens when you begin to look at yourself and say, okay, this is how I'm going to go after a woman online. These are the moves I'm going to make, and I'm not going to sway left or sway right, no matter how beautiful she is, no matter how round her ass is, no matter how her thighs are. This is who I'm going to be. Because when you're that way, you show the woman something that they don't understand. They love a man that doesn't buy into the bullshit. What you guys don't know is that they know that you fall in love with the lies versus the truth. And if you fall in love with the lies, then she knows you're a fake motherfucker, because real motherfuckers don't fall for beauty. The only beauty you fall for, and the only beauty you lust after, and the only beauty you need in life is the man in the motherfucking mirror. Because when she knows that all your attention, when she knows that when your love and your life is on you, right on, when she knows your love is on you, and you're all about yourself, and you're all about loving yourself. See, women want to be jealous of you. How are they jealous of you? When you love yourself. When you want yourself. When you put yourself on such a high pedestal, that's when they want you, because they know the man that loves himself, if I could just get a little piece of that love, a little piece of his time, a little piece of his attention, it's worth its weight in motherfucking gold. Because the love that you should have is not for the lies. Y'all lust over manipulation. You lust over the deception. But you never lust over yourselves to a point where you're the winner, where you're the prize. And when I say prize, you are the prize. And I'm not saying this to hype you motherfuckers up, because I don't care enough about you to hype you up. You are the prize, but you can't see it if you don't love this man in the fucking mirror. See, people think the game will always be about how you dress. You always look to lies, manipulation, pickup lines, tricks, and gimmicks, but you never look to yourself as the answer, because you never sound checked. When's the last time you said, this is how I'm going to talk to a woman? Okay, now I got that. I'm going to rehearse that every fucking day. I'm sitting on the toilet, I'm rehearsing it. I'm driving, I'm rehearsing it. I'm watching TV, I'm rehearsing it. I'm playing a video game, I'm rehearsing it. I'm getting me some food, I'm rehearsing it. When do you motherfuckers ever rehearse you? You don't. And then when you get around the woman, you don't know what the fuck to say or what the fuck to do, because you're so busy not working on yourself. You're so busy trying to be somebody else that you automatically lose, because you get caught up in a lie. You get caught up in the makeup lie, the spandex lie, the ass and titty lie. You get caught up in a woman that doesn't even give a fuck about herself. So why do you give a fuck about somebody who doesn't give a fuck about themselves? Why do you guys lust over somebody who doesn't give a fuck about themselves? Every day they look in the mirror and they hate that bitch. God, you're ugly and you're fat and you're just not good enough, and you're getting old and my hair is getting white, and man, and y'all love these motherfuckers? Why are they so special? What makes them special, I ask all you guys out there? What is the thing that makes them special? But they're afraid of us, because they know that we know that they're not good enough. They're not worthy just to come into our universe. If you create, gentlemen, if you guys are creating worlds and universes in your mind, and you're evolving every day, how the fuck can a woman that's insecure get that type of worthiness from a God who creates? You create, you build, you grow. She doesn't grow. She can't grow when she hates her fucking self. And I'm sorry she hates herself. I don't make the rules up. This is not for me to make the rules up. This is how you guys grow as men. But until you open your eyes and see the game for what it is versus what you want it to be, you're never going to get this shit. You're never going to understand. You build. You evolve. You are truly kings. I don't know, maybe your dad never told you this shit. Your mother would never tell you this shit. Those motherfuckers across the street won't tell you how worthy you are, but I will. I'll tell you how worthy you are because I believe in you motherfuckers that right now you just don't understand how powerful you are, how deep you are, okay? When you become the original, and I am the only, no one tells you about your fingerprint. Nobody tells you that you are your own. You are the first and last of your kind. I swear to you all. There will never be another one of you. And if that's the case, then how the fuck can you kiss a woman's ass when you're a fucking original? When there'll never be another guy like you on this planet. How the fuck can you worship a woman when you should worship yourself and worship what you want and go after what you want and force the woman to be more than ass and titties? When you force it, you change the game up. Hold on one second. I say this to end what I'm about to say. I'm about to go. We're going to have a show, probably me and Bud later in the night. I'm about to take this down, but I want y'all guys to know this at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, it's up to you. I can't force you to want to grow and be the man. I can't force that on you. The only thing I can do is give you the tools, and that's what we do all the time. We've got to give you the tools, and you have the tools if you follow us correctly to be able to win with women. But you're not going to win when you worship something more than yourself. How the fuck can you be so disrespectful to yourself by worshiping somebody other than yourself? You walk on water in your mind. You create universes and worlds in your mind. How can you, as a man, kowtow to somebody that doesn't even love herself? They don't value themselves. They're always finding reason to hate themselves and reason to be somebody else, and that's not you. I know you're better than that, but at the end of the day, do you know that yourself? The day you stop fighting is the day you're going to begin to win. Okay? What I'm saying for you is I want you to win. I believe in you. But the question is, when are you going to start believing in yourselves? These women don't want you to fucking win. They don't want you to evolve, succeed, or anything. They don't want you to do any of that. But you know who does? I do. I want you to win. But you got to ask yourself, see, motherfuckers don't talk to you like we do. Nobody is as deep as we get because we make it about you. I'm not saying fuck these women in a bad way, but they're not worthy of us. Nobody's worthy of us but us. When are you going to believe in yourself? I'm sorry, damn, music's blasting. When are y'all going to start believing in yourselves? I believe in you. The question is, when are you going to believe in yourself? You've got all the tools, man. I'm serious. They call that shit dead ass. I'm dead ass serious. Y'all have everything you need, man. You got it all. Now listen, we're going to do a show tonight with Bud. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. But gentlemen, please listen to what I'm saying, okay, at the end of the day. Listen to what I'm saying. Oh. Listen to what I'm saying. And understand this. No one is going to love you the way you should love yourself. And listen, and understand this. You will always control the board. You will always control the game when you know the power that you have and you don't see it right now. And